What if I told you there was a movie so bad that I walked out of it saying, you know what, that movie wasn't too great, I didn't like it that much. And what if I told you that I'm reviewing this movie today? He must be mad, you're probably thinking. Well, if you had to watch Kings for a second time, you'd be pretty pissed off too. Kings got its Out of Festival debut on April 27th, 2018. Does that date sound familiar to anybody? It may. It was the release date of another smallish indie title that got a semi-wide release called Avengers Infinity War. Actually, the only reason why I saw this movie was because Infinity War was sold at... Oh... I see what they did there. Clever. I remember walking in at 7ish p.m. and seeing only 3 people there. 3 other people. On opening night. Needless to say, after I saw that, I knew I was in trouble. The film starts out with 8 completely shameless companies plastering their name onto this. Keep that in mind. 8 different companies at one stage or another saw this movie and said to themselves, yeah, I'm putting my money on this one. The movie starts out with a black girl trying to buy orange juice, but after she puts it in her bag, the lady running the store thinks she's stealing it, even though she really isn't. The black girl punches the lady and walks away, but the lady shoots her, killing her on impact. Did you get all of that? If not, it's fine. This scene doesn't actually matter that much. Actually, the first 86 minutes of this movie doesn't matter that much. I guess this is a problem because the film is 86 minutes long. After that powerful scene, we get into the wacky antics of Daniel Craig. Then the beginning credits roll? Why would they put the scene describing the overarching problem of the film? It doesn't, but that's not the point. Then introduce the characters, and then put the intro. Wouldn't they want to put the intro in... Ah, fuck it. I have bigger fish to fry. Like how this 1-minute scene is more important than the first 6 minutes of the movie. The film isn't about the shooting of the orange juice girl, no. It's about the beating of Rodney King by 4 police officers, which eventually led to the 1992 Los Angeles riots. This movie is based off true events. Based. Then there's this shit. I think it's trying to say that the shooting of the orange juice girl is what set off the riots, but that just isn't true. It was the Rodney King verdict. The movie proves that. I hope you like this transition too, because you're gonna see it all the fucking time. The movie actually starts, yes, the movie is actually starting now, 7 weeks to the riots, which means absolutely nothing because this movie has no sense of time. The first character we get introduced to is Halle Berry's character. Her character is Mom. The next character we get introduced to is this girl, who's being a total asshole and using the Rodney King incident as a scapegoat. There's also Jesse. He has no character, so you don't have to worry about him. After that, we get introduced to Daniel Craig. He hates kids and he's an asshole. Then we meet another character, Will. He's a firebrand, and yes, he's also an asshole. After that league of likable characters is built up, the next logical step is to actually do something with them, and that they do. The girl does some more stupid shit, and then she gets drunk, and she does even more stupid shit. Then, in Jesse's infinite wisdom and equal horniness, decides to take the girl home. The next morning, the kids are hungry, so Will decides to take the kids to the grocery store to steal some food. Jesse decides this is wrong and does everything in his power to stop it.
This is the stroller. It's the perfect tool for shoplifting. So you go put stuff cut it out.
What?
After this transition, I'm going to go on a rant about transition. They use this shitty little transition a lot, as I mentioned earlier, but they seem to put it anywhere and everywhere except where it makes sense. Like, they'll put it in just completely random spots where there's no tonal shift, there's very little jump in time, but they won't put it where there's a major tonal shift, and I'll get to that later, you'll see what I mean later, but I'm guessing it was placed just to pad out the runtime, but I mean the placement could have been a bit better. Anyways, we get a scene that cuts between Jesse letting the girl stay at their house and Will taking the kids stealing. Why does the girl even need to stay at Jesse's house? Was she kicked out of her own house? All these questions and more will never be answered, so stop fucking asking them. She was probably kicked out of her house for being an asshole. Jesse also makes money legitimately by setting up a car wash just to get the girl food, all while Will is stealing. That's okay though, look at them playing as a family, isn't that nice? Remember that scene at the beginning? Will talks about killing the shop owner, but Jesse's like, oh no, killing's bad, and it's never talked about again. Afterwards, a police car accidentally runs over the girl's flower bed. Then, the whole gang, Jesse included, vandalizes some police cars. Are these three scenes related? I don't know, and what the fuck did I say about questions? I mean, Will gets shot, but it's never brought up again, starting to see a theme here. Then the mom character, remember her, gets pissed off because her kids aren't coming in for dinner, so she locks them outside. They of course run away and she has to find them. However, the whole time they're in Daniel Craig's house and he all of a sudden likes kids now for some reason. Even though 5 seconds ago he just talked about hating them.
Lady! Lady! I'm trying to work. If you can't get them to shut up, we are gonna have an all-out brawl.
Then there's the sex scene, which consists of Daniel Craig falling from the fucking sky and getting on top of the mom. Just falling from the sky. I don't know where the line is traditionally drawn in Hollywood, but I'd have to imagine Daniel Craig falling from the goddamn sky. It's crossing some line where the actor just says, fuck it, you can't pay me enough for this shit. After that, this happens.
Can I have some milk, please?
Tell me you love it.
I have no words, the scene says everything. The next day, the 4 cops involved in the beating of Rodney King are all found not guilty. This just happens to be the day Will, Jesse, and the girl are all skipping school, because the writer said so. The early stages of the riots start, and some kids attack a police officer. Then the whole neighborhood blindly testifies their innocence. Long story short, the mom gets arrested for some reason. Oh yeah, and Will is fucking the girl that Jesse treated unnecessarily nicely because life isn't fair, so this movie can't be either. That doesn't matter though, it's time to riot. But Jesse finally reaches boiling point. Will really stepped on his toes this time, so Jesse decides to shank Will. Wow, slow clap for Jesse, guys. The mom and the other guy in the cop car get let free because the guy tries to set the car on fire? Whatever. She gets home with the help of good old characterless Daniel Craig. She comes home to find all of her kids ran away except this nerd. Ha! Not cool enough to run away, nerd. The other kids are off to burn down a Burger King. Well, obviously the director is building up some product placement.
And as God is my judge, I promise you, this will be the end for you of the bacon double cheeseburger, the flame grilled chicken burger, the big fish, the bacon king, the Whopper, the bacon king and cheese Whopper. So you can say goodbye to our chicken nuggets with the buffalo, ranch, honey mustard, and barbecue dipping sauce. And to the hand-spun strawberry shake, the vanilla soft serve, the chocolate chip cookies. You will have to consider being done with the hot caramel sundae, the strawberry, and the chocolate sundae forever.
After that obviously comedic scene, it cuts to Will dying in a car. No transition, no nothing, just cuts to it. And now he's dead. Wow. The character that was a massive hypocrite, an asshole, sexualized every girl he met, and taught kids how to steal is dead. Guys, I think I'm choking up here. This is a big loss. I can see all the emotion they're trying to convey here. Wow. Afterwards, we get another gut-busting scene of Daniel Craig and Halle Berry trying to escape a streetlight, interlaced with scenes of Will dead in the car for comedic effect. The problem is the streetlight scene is actually funny for a little while. Another problem is it goes on for 9 fucking minutes. They come home, find the kid dead, and the movie ends, thank fucking God. Now to give my honest, bullshit-free opinion on this film. It sucks. It's obviously trying to say something, but it just ends up not. The tone and editing and everything was just all wrong. At some points it feels like the movie's straight up saying, hey, stealing's okay if it makes people happy. Actually, the whole film is structured like a comedy, with scenes rarely having anything to do with each other. But it's not a comedy. If you cut out the parts with the kids and put in more of the adult parts, it actually could have been a pretty effective comedy, but nah, makes too much sense. It's trying to tell a dramatic story, and it fails miserably. This film was obviously rushed. The script feels unedited, and the film feels like it was edited by a 5-year-old. The film is kind of a fun type of bad though, so if you want a film like that, this one's worth checking out. But if you want an actually good drama, pass it up.